Hello everyone, today I'm diving into one of the most critical accounting principles, revenue recognition. Whether you're seasoned in the field or just starting, understanding this principle is key to accurate financial reporting. Revenue recognition is all about determining when and how revenue should be reflected in a company's financial statements. Let's break it down into manageable steps and examples. First up, the core principle according to generally accepted accounting principles, GAAP, and International Financial Reporting Standards, IFRS, revenue should be recognized when it is earned and realizable. This typically involves 5 steps: identifying the contract with a customer, identifying the performance obligations in the contract, determining the transaction price, allocating the transaction price to the performance obligations, and recognizing revenue when the performance obligation is satisfied. Let's look at how this applies to different types of transactions. For the sale of goods, revenue is recognized when control of the goods transfers to the customer. Imagine a retail store selling a laptop. The store recognizes revenue when the customer takes possession of the laptop. When it comes to rendering services, revenue is recognized over time as the service is provided or at a point in time when the service is completed. For instance, a consulting firm hired for 6 months will recognize revenue monthly based on the services provided each month. Construction contracts follow a different path. Revenue is recognized over time based on the progress towards completion, often using the percentage of completion method. Think of a construction company building a bridge. If they've completed 40% of the work, they recognize 40% of the contract value as revenue. Licensing arrangements can be tricky. Revenue is recognized either at a point in time or over time, depending on the type of license. A software company licensing its software recognizes revenue at the start if it's a right to use. If it provides ongoing updates and support, it's recognized over the license period. Subscription services are straightforward. Revenue is recognized over time as the service is provided. For example, a company offering monthly online streaming services recognizes revenue monthly. Sales with a right of return require careful estimation. Revenue is recognized only to the extent that it's probable a significant reversal won't occur. A clothing retailer with a 30-day return policy may estimate a 10% return rate and recognize revenue for 90% of sales immediately, adjusting if returns happen. Long-term contracts, such as outsourcing, recognize revenue over time based on costs incurred relative to expected total costs or specific deliverables. An IT company with a 5-year outsourcing contract recognizes revenue annually based on service progress. Lastly, royalty agreements recognize revenue as royalties are earned, often based on the licensee's sales or usage. An author receiving royalties from a book publisher recognizes revenue as books are sold. Remember these key considerations: contract modifications, variable consideration, and collectability. Accurate revenue recognition ensures compliance with standards and reliable financial reporting. Thanks for joining me today. If you found this useful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more financial insights. Until next time, keep those numbers in check.